at least the title for the stream itself, is opening our hearts. It talks about opening our hearts. And yeah, I feel it definitely is something I want to talk about. I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it all around, and it makes me so happy. It gives me so much hope. It's exciting. It really really is exciting. So let me put down my water, get out my little white booklet, and then we can say something worth saying. And I didn't actually find one before because I kind of felt like I wanted to do it in the moment. Let's see which one is going to reveal itself onto me. The very life. There's so many good ones, is the problem as well. There's so many good ones. Yeah. I feel this might be the one. God wants us only to extend through. Okay, so like when I say the word, hey, yeah, you're first, Dan, you're first. Good morning / afternoon to you as well, my friend. So like when I say God, it can you know, enter your preferred word, source, the universe, whatever. So God wants only to extend through you that which expresses love in the world. It is called creation. So like when we truly and fully live from a place of love, then we are actively expressing as God wants to be expressed in the world, in his expression, and his only true expression is love. And that is literally the thing that we're capable of as well. Become a spokesperson for reality. You are the light of the world. And yeah, that basically ties in exactly with what I want to talk about today. So I've been seeing this now personally, and I've been feeling it as well. This opening of the hearts, if that makes any sense. This very real sense. And you can probably hear the tractor in the background. My brother is clearing the road of some like overgrown grass. So I do apologize for the noise. It should be over soon. Anyway, this opening of the hearts. I've been trying to tune in more and more on other streamers' stream, and been interacting with them as well. And I've been like literally seeing how people are becoming more and more open to this idea of love, to this idea of, you know, communion with each other, understanding each other, loving each other for the sake of loving each other. And like I've been reading a book as well. It basically, oh, it's getting loud. It basically goes into explaining how people completely change just by being in an environment where they actually have the capacity to be loved and to experience what it means to be loved as well. Because I feel a lot of the time, you know what? I'm gonna give myself a second. I took a sip of water without an intention. There we go. Hey. We have Ryan in chat. It's Ryan's birthday today. It's Ryan's birthday today. Happy birthday, Ryan. Damn, man, 29 years on this planet. Another cycle around our gorgeous and beautiful star. Like, congratulations, my friend. I'm so happy that you're alive for another year. And I look forward to growing old with you, my friend. Imagine us in our 90s, you know, still vibing, dude. Still having chats, still being able to to celebrate our birthdays. I don't think we're going to be too hyped about it when we're, you know, turning 90 years old or 100 years old. We're gonna be like, oh goodness, how did we get this old? But for now, we're still young, and like, congratulations, my friend. Like, this is amazing to me. And I also know what you were getting for your birthday. You got a kalimba, a little bit preemptively, might I say. And I'm still looking forward to actually hearing you play the kalimba, my friend. I'm honestly looking forward to it. Found you, my brother Bear. So happy to have seen you in Recovery Road stream. It was nice being in the stream as well. Like it, I like listening to Brandon. He has some good thoughts as well. I think the one that resonated with me again is the if you could do anything in the world, an object, and failure wasn't an object, like there was no possibility of failure, what would you do? And it just kind of like resonated with me with one of the messages we've taught here before, or learned here before, I should say rather. And I was like, yeah, because as we've kind of like had a chat about it, I believe there is no such thing as failure. No matter what we do, no matter what we create, no matter how we experience or, you know, communicate to this world, we are creating something, and that creation in its own is a creation, and it is good. And we don't have to add these labels, we don't have to attach these, you know, right, wrong, good, bad to these things. And I feel the more we become aware of that there is no failure, I feel we're going to allow ourselves more and more capacity to take on, to experience, to like just embrace life fully, completely in the moment, and to do the things that we think impossible sometimes as well. Would you rather fail trying to do the impossible or not try at all, right? And like he asked actually for us to say what is our goals, like what is something we want to do. And I said I want to change the world. And as I said that, I still feel like it is definitely it's an out there goal, like definitely a goal that is so beyond me and my personal self, that I was like, even in saying that, I was a little bit intimidated by the idea of what it means to change the world. And then he mentioned if failure was no object or no obstacle or whatever you want to call it, like what would your goal be? And I just realized, like, there we go. Failure is not an option. Stand with what your goal is. And it makes me happy. It shows me this opening of the heart. And I can see in his comment section as well how many people are having their hearts opened by these messages, by these informational way of thinking. And it brings me so much joy. It brings me so much joy. I'm gonna keep taking sips of water because I'm pretty thirsty. So I want to set an intention for why it is I'm drinking water today. And I feel obviously it's going to be to open my heart. Every single sip I take, I want it to melt away all of the concrete that I've put around my heart, to protect it from the possible hurt that the world might inflict upon it. But at the end of the day, the suffering, the hurt is also a part of this life, and we shouldn't hide our hearts, because even though we sometimes hide our hearts out of protection, it can kind of turn into a thing of stopping our hearts from loving fully as well because of that protection. So every sip melts away the barriers that I've put upon my heart. Ooh, yeah, that feels good. There's the birthday, bruh. Happy birthday, Ryan. Yes, happy birthday, my friend. Good morning. Hey, Aaron. Good morning to you as well, my friend. And good morning to you, Justin. Dan is here. Let's see. Hey, Naomi is here as well. Good morning to you as well, Naomi. Hey, Jovan. Happy birthday, Ryan. Happy Friday. Yeah, thank you, Mel. Been such a great one. I can't wait to see where we will be when we are 86, like after 80, when we are 86 years old. It's gonna be a vibe, my friend. I feel it's going to be a vibe. And I honestly, like, I really want to be streaming at that age as well. Like obviously we don't know what's going to happen in our lives, right? And like things are always changing. There's an infinite possibility of different outcomes for each and every one of our lives. But wouldn't it be something to still be able to do this in in like what, 70 years time? Like that amount of time also trips me out, because my grandma is a 70-year-old lady. So like I have a reference for what 70 years of experience is like, or looks like, or, you know, behaves like. And to imagine gaining that amount of experience on top of the amount of experience I already think I have, because we have this, I feel humans in general, we have this sense of, okay, now I know what's going on, right? And like sometimes it's also the opposite of I have no idea what's going on. And I feel maybe that is the more mature of the two mindsets, because as soon as you think you know what's going on, I think then that's when you should actually self-reflect and realize that you don't know what's going on. And it's something I noticed with my grandma as well. Like there's a lot of things that I still teach her in every single day, and it just shows me that even if we're going to be aging, even in our 70s, we can still actively pursue growth. It's never something that has to stop. We're always going to change as well, and I look forward to those changes as well, dude. Like it's going to be insane. I look forward to where life is going to take us all. Thank you all so much for the birthday blessings. You are all in my heart, and I love you for being such amazing, loving human beings. Absolutely, Ryan. Thank you for sharing with us this occasion, this moment, and we absolutely love celebrating with you, my friend. Do you believe some geographic locations supply us with more energy than other geographic locations? Okay, so synchronicities, my friend. This is something that me and Dreamer Jay actually had a chat about in last night's podcast. We were basically talking about synchronicities and how there are a lot of them in our universe, and there's actually our universe wants to sync up as well. By the way, I don't know if you know that, friends, but it's like almost a quantum phenomenon where everything in our universe wants to be in sync. And like it goes into explaining that not only are things in sync in general. Oh, the cat just like kind of bumped my camera. Let me move it back a little bit. Cheeky little cat. He's just gonna chill here with me now. Anyway. And we were chatting about synchronicities. And basically how synchronicity can be seen as like a helpful tool to kind of encourage you to almost look a little bit more in deeply. And we also talked about it being a type of frequency that you tune into, and then because you're tuning into that frequency, you're almost more likely to notice these synchronicities. And for today, like I felt a little bit scatterbrained before today's stream, and I kind of like sat on my bed and I was contemplating the things I wanted to talk about and the things I was feeling with inside of myself. And I was like looking at my little box of sacred geometry cards, and I was like, you know what? I want to actually pull a card just to see if there's any information that's going to be given to me that I need right now. And the card I pulled is something called Stone Hedges or something like that. And basically the card goes into detail explaining that there are places on Earth, geographic places on Earth, that have, that are part of energy grids, if you will. And by going to these places and being respectful of these places, you can kind of tune in to these energy grids. And I feel I actually have a place like that on the farm, the old dead volcano that I told you, friends, about. And every single time I pull that card, it reminds me to go back there so that I can, see what it's like, feel that energy again, be in communion with the rocks. And yeah, so to answer your question in a very long-winded way, my friend, I do believe that there are some geographic locations that supply us with more energies than other geographic locations. And like this, at the end of the day, I don't exactly know how to base it in any scientific knowledge or any, logical explanations, other than it might be magnetic fields, because our planet is creating these magnetic fields. And it's a difficult thing for me to actually get into because I don't know. I really do not know. And it's something that really fascinates me as well. I honestly hope that it is something that is real, and it is something that we humans can tune into. And on top of all of those hopes, I hope that we learn more about that type of energy as well and how to actually participate in it. I'm having a gratitude attack because of this love. Thank you, Naomi. Good. A gratitude attack sounds like wins. Stonks to me, Ryan. And hello, Edmund. Welcome, my friend. Happy birthday to Ryan, and congrats on the house. Congrats to Naomi on her engagement. Yeah, like I'm spacing, actually. Goodness, Naomi, you're getting married? Or engaged, technically. But you're getting married? Goodness, that's so cool. Like, I don't know if I should share, but I want to share anyway. Naomi's boyfriend like proposes to her, and he tells her, can you spend the rest of my life with me, because I'm gonna die first, so spend the rest of my life with me. And I'm like, oh no, Naomi, this man is too self-aware. You need to save him. You need to make sure he stays alive as long as possible. You're in it for the long run now, Naomi. Hello, who does this Meltmore, my friend? So much energy. Yeah, Toasty. The opening of the hearts, my friend. We are actively opening our hearts. I've also been reaching out to streamers, like in direct messages. This morning, I like as I was getting ready to dance, I literally, so you have to kind of tune into the stream or the RPAN, and then you can like click the little plus button and you can go live. And as I was like getting ready to stream, I saw that AJ, one of the other guys that dances on Reddit, he was dancing. And I was like, okay, so he was at that point, like I think 11 minutes or so into his dancing stream. So I knew there was going to be an overlap, and I was going to dance as well. So like instantly the meme, you know, that Kung Fu Panda meme where that lion is like, oh, finally a worthy opponent, our battle will be legendary. And I, like that image came to my mind, and I was like, I commented, a worthy opponent, our battle will be legendary. And then I set up my stream and I was like, dance battle with AJ, even though he doesn't know. And we were both dancing on opposite sides of the planet, you know, with the same intention, of that love is an intention, even cardio is an intention, self-betterment is an intention. And it's amazing. And then I actually sent him a direct message as well, telling him that I appreciate what he's doing. And just sharing in that love. And then another friend, streamer friend as well, Infinite Tech, I think is his like u/username, and he wants to join one of the podcasts. Opening our hearts, my friend. The more we open ourselves, the more we allow ourselves to feel. And I feel it is that judgment, that fear, that unforgiveness that closes ourselves to not feel these things. And it makes me so happy to see that we are starting to do this. Yeah, like this is basically something that changed on day 63. Yeah, I think it was day 63 or day 64, where we stopped smoking on stream. It was a necessary sacrifice, but I think it served its purpose. It definitely gave me a lot of insight as well, and it still does give me insight, but I came to the realization, or to the decision, to the feeling that I want these messages that we're sharing with each other, and this love that we have to share with each other, something to be, you know, all encompassing. I don't want someone to tune into the stream, see weed, and then associate the whole stream with the smoking of weed, because that's not what this is about. This is about sharing love. This is about creating a space in which we feel safe. This is about having a calm space to be ourselves in, to open our hearts in, and to realize what it means to love our fellow humans unconditionally. Because I can see that, like literally. So Jovan, Toasty, Justin, Ryan, Lane, Gare Bear, you know, and I'm thinking about Alex as well, even though we haven't seen him in a long time. Matthias, like we all live in different parts of the world, right? And yet we can share, and we've never seen each other physically. We've never had a proper conversation. We don't know each other's entire backstories. We don't know each other's families, or, you know, how many siblings we all have, or our siblings' names. Like, we don't know these things, and yet we still have this capacity to actually love each other, and to be there for each other, and to open our hearts to each other, to share the things that are residing within ourselves. And it blows my mind. It makes me so happy. I feel the negativity in the air. I will block it with positivity. Where is the negativity, my friend? I don't feel any negativity in the air. Thank you, Toasty. Still so gleeful this morning. I can imagine. Goodness. Like, I don't think I'll have the luxury of being proposed to. So I'll probably have to be the one that does that. But then, in the same spirit, I'll make it something that the person that I choose, if you will, also has a gleeful experience that she can carry with her for the rest of her life. I'm becoming a drug lord at 84. That sounds like a vibe, my friend. I mean, if you're supposed to do that at any age, I think that would be the age. The 3 times 7 minus 4 plus 9. Quick maths. Like 25, right? Am I bad at math? I think it's 35. I don't know. Like I've not actually done division, or nothing is division there. I haven't done multiplication and plussing and minusing in my head in a very long time. Now that I actually think about it. Like it's something that we've already outsourced to our technology as well, right? We're so prone to take out our calculator and just, figure out exactly what we want to know. Impossible will be selling us all the meds for helping at our age. I'm gonna need some vitamin D. Yeah, vitamin D is essential actually. And like I really wonder as well. I've been thinking a lot about the fact that I'm getting red light. So technically there's a lot of red light in the air as well now because the sun is setting. And then obviously there's red light in the mornings when I'm dancing. And I'm exposing myself to like the start of the daylight and then the end of the daylight. And I'm also trying to sleep as much as possible with that. And I wonder how that actually affects vitamin D production, how it affects my psychology, how it affects my, neurochemicals. I wish there was, like, imagine if we had, maybe I'm thinking too far into the future, but imagine if we had like sensors that could tell us all of our bio readouts. I think we would be a lot healthier of beings if we could actually see how the things we're doing affected us directly. I will be the Untitled Dynasty when I'm immortal at 420. Yeah, that would be the coolest age. And then you just kind of stop. Like you never tell someone you age another day. Whenever someone asks, you're 420 years old. Bless me. Shh, Toasty, just do. Toasty, that's supposed to be a secret. Yes, I can see you doing that. I can also see it, my friend. I'm immortal. We're all immortal beings, my friend. This is literally just a temporary living device. Absolutely temporary. And the thing that is experiencing this life, the you that is underneath your mask, that is something that is immortal and eternal and infinite in its expansiveness, its spaciousness. That is kind of the whole Buddhist teaching that you want to, you wanna get to, you wanna feel that spaciousness of your own soul, of your own capacity. And yeah, it's fantastic. Ginger, yeah, you're right actually, Jovan. Has been relentlessly trying to be a part of the stream lately. He has, and I think he's laying. Like that cat moves. He really does move. Like he's never in the same spot for like too long. But I'll send you a photo of him actually on the Discord. I don't think I have. He's such a chill cat. And he loves his milk. He's like a farm cat as well. So he eats dog pellets and rats basically. That's like his main diet. And he isn't too bothered about getting kitty litter. Like is it kitty litter? Kitty kibble. He's basically just, vibing, and then he eats a lot of rats, and the only thing that he does demand, however, is milk. So when he sees me making tea in the mornings, he's so talkative. He'll make sure I know he's there by like bowing at me, and then he'll be extra expressive when I take out the box, and he'll, like, you can see his little eyes like jetting back and forth between his bowl and the bottle of milk, and he'll like let you know, like, okay, wait, I see you're using that stuff. And like the weirdest thing about our dog as well is the fact that he is biased. Like he is biased towards getting milk from a box. Like we have cattle as well, and we do milk them, and then we like I think we boil the milk. I'm not actually sure. But anyway, we put the milk in like glass bottles. And he refuses, absolutely refuses to drink the milk that we pour from glass bottles. And he doesn't necessarily care about the taste of the milk itself. He just refuses to drink it if it comes from a glass bottle. Because like he'll see you open a glass bottle and then pour milk in, and then he won't touch it. But if you add that glass bottle milk into a box and you pour it from the box, then he'll be completely fine drinking it. And it's like these little quips, these personality traits that just fascinate me about animals. It just shows me they're these unique little divine creators in their own as well, and it makes me happy. It makes me yes, I love animals so much. Eva is an absolute character. She has her ways. She loves being under blankets, and it's getting cold, so even more so. So you can go and like sit next to her, and she'll like cuddle up to you, and she'll just be with you like for an extended period of time, and it feels like you just have this genuine companionship with a little animal friend. And it's amazing that we can do that as human beings. Again, apparently other animals can do it as well. Like they give kittens to gorillas, and they give like cheetahs therapy dogs and stuff like that. So we humans aren't unique necessarily in our capacity to befriend these other animal species and to live in communion with them. It makes me happy. Oh, it makes me so happy. We have so much potential to just experience life, and life to experience us at the end of the day as well, right? Because technically, if I experience my dog doing something that I appreciate, I am life experiencing this thing that is alive, and we are literally in communion. That dog experiences me as well, and I wonder what dogs' experiences about us are sometimes. Like I feel they definitely see us like as something bigger than themselves, where I feel cats see us as something smaller than them. I think cats see us as like servants in some way, because they get their way if they just meow at us. And apparently cats don't meow in nature to each other. It's something that they learned by listening to the tones that babies make, and they basically mimic those tones to get the same sympathy that babies get. Huh? What a trippy shit. It's so weird. It makes me so happy. Possible night, your soul is actually immortal, but this body isn't immortal. Like, yes, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Like for me, Toasty, it was the age of 137, still streaming, you know, to reach day 42069. But let's go, dude. 420 years old all the way. I want to go to these energy geolocations. Me too, actually, Jovan. There's a lot of them, and if you actually go and Google, like apparently the Mayan temples, or actually the Egyptian temples as well. Like I think there is 3 different places on our planet where we were building pyramids, and apparently all of those places are, you know, keen or equipped with these geographic energies or geolocation energies, and it's so cool. That is a very good point, mediocre. I'm just using the body until the day comes. I view death as a positive thing. Me too, actually, friend. I feel death is going to be the final lesson that we have to learn. And I think the best way to learn at the end of the day is to be calm, you know, sit down and surrender to the lesson that is supposed to come over you. Like, it's very difficult to learn something if you're kicking and screaming. Oh, you friends are making me smile so much, and yes, I'm trying to nurture him. He is just a bit of a reckless spirit. I understand, Naomi, but now you have a ring. You have a ring. You have the ball and shade. Oh, you can you can demand some things. No dancing. Dancing has been done, my friend. I danced this morning. Then I read a book, and now we're, you know, in our afternoon stream. I feel good. I feel good. Streaming 3 times a day, interestingly enough, has given me more energy than it's sapped energy from me. But let's see how long that lasts. I don't think it will dissipate, because I really enjoy reading as well, and I felt like I haven't had enough time to read, and now that I take time to read, it just reminds me, you know, we can really jinx ourselves into believing things sometimes. You remember the cage fight, right? Paul is on the way to South Africa. Let him come. So, like, in today's, you know, a little bit of a stream crawl, if you will, I stopped on Paul's garage's stream as well, and me and him had a little bit of a chat. And this 14 friend of ours, he mentioned that Paul talks smack about me on his streams, and I was like, that's completely okay. We all get to have our own opinions. We get to express ourselves in our own ways, and that expression is a creation in its own. So I have no problem with anyone talking smack or whatsoever. And he was like, 14 was like nudging us on and saying, oh yeah, no, Paul said he wants to have a closed cage fight. And he was like, he's going to monetize it, and we're going to fight each other to the death, I guess. I was like, no, none of that. It's a funny idea, but no, 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 no. Let's not do that. I love everyone, and I love you, my friend. And hmm. Cookie Monster, thank you for the gold, my friend. I want to thank you because you might already be gone. I don't know. I see I'm a little bit of just a wee bit behind on comments. I love this guy in a positive way and vibe. He has so much love, positive energy, and wise. Today's Buddha. I hope you're not talking about me. Impossible light. Again, I'm just a person. I'm just human. And we're all just human. We all have everything to our, what's the word I'm looking for? To our, in our hands, to our power. Like everything that there is to have, we already have. It's just not something that we're experiencing now. And it becomes like a balancing act of allowing yourself to experiences, the true experiences of life. Because I believe, honestly, we have this divinity, we have this power to create for ourselves the very lives we want to live. And everything that we want in life, we already have, right? In the future, for example. We're just not experiencing it right now because the future, the past, they don't exist. And this is something I said in today's dancing stream as well. Like, it's the same thing with breathing. And I feel that's why dancing is such a powerful practice to me as well. Because you can't dance in the past or in the future. And you can't breathe in the past or in the future. You can only breathe now. And if you're dancing, you can only dance now. You have to kind of stay with the rhythm of the beat, which is in this moment right now, in order to look coherent if you're going to be dancing. You can't be like stepping on the beat a second after the beat drops, unless there is a 1 second beat or out of sync by one beat. But you know what I'm talking about, friends. Like, let's say 13 seconds between every beat you're trying to like step on it, then it's going to look incoherent. You're not going to be in sync with reality. Ooh, man, this is making my mind run with information. So in that same way, we can be in sync with things right now. We don't have to necessarily listen to music to be in sync with nature. Ooh, man, I feel, oh yeah, this is making my mind tingle. Tuning in and being in sync with everything that is. Because the thing is as well, like the way the grass grows, the way the rain falls, the way trees, express themselves into these beautiful things that they are. They're all, and I feel in a way, synchronized, and we can like tune into that synchronicity as well. Man, I wanna dive more into synchronicity. Because I feel being in sync is something that is such a powerful practice as well. And I feel, and this might just be me headcanoning, I do believe, actually, not just feel, that being in sync is actually good for your brain. Your brain enjoys it, literally. Like, this is just something that I'm feeling from dancing, because dancing actually does release, endorphins and dopamine in your brain. But is it doing it because you're just moving your body, so it's some physical exercise? Or is it doing it because it notices that you are in sync with something outside of yourself? I love life. I love you, Impossible. You're also divine. Yes, there we go. Yes. So glad I can be here in the stream today, surrounded by friends to share all this love with. Exactly. Being able to share love is something that we don't need to be in person with. Like, everything that you can extend to a person in person, you can extend to them out of person, if that makes any sense. Like, for me to be open and to send you love, or to just, so, 1,000 things at the same time, right? I feel the same love I have the capacity to send you in a moment where we are standing face to face. Like, obviously, I feel there's even more love going into the way that you look into someone's eyes, the way you listen to them, the facial expressions that you make while you talk to each other. All of those things can contribute to the feeling of love as well. But the love that you're sending from your core, from your depth, that love is unchanging. And we don't have to be in person to send and to receive that love with each other. We are divine beings, my friend. Have my love. Yeah, send it. Send it, Jovan. This family has helped me to be more open with my inner feelings. Naomi, I'm having a gratitude heart attack for you, full of love. Absolutely, we all are. Much love to all you amazing people. Much love to you as well, Edmund. You have my love as well, Edmund. There we go. How old am I? I am 22 years old, or at least my body is 22 years old, my friend. Sunset is the only sunshine I like. Otherwise, I prefer clouds. Okay, just sunset. How do you feel about sunrises, my friend? Because for me, I'm actually more, what's the word I'm looking for? More inclined to like sunrises, actually. I feel the light is a little bit less intense, so I can look at the sun for short quips. And this is something I talked about this morning as well. I want to stare at the sun, but I know I'm not supposed to stare at the sun. It's so beautiful, but it's just a wee bit bright. Jovan, you're so awesome. She really is. Thank you for the beating heart. I appreciate it, Naomi. I second that, Jovan. You are amazing and loving. She honestly is. Like, I feel Jovan has been one of the people that has shown me just how much a person can love as well. Like, she's been so consistent, and it makes me so happy. Like, I can see you, Jovan, as well. Hi, you look like what I believe this would look like. No, my friend, I am Meltmore. We are just human beings, people living on this planet, living in communion together. We are in this moment, in this time and space, together on this, ball of mud flying through hyperspace. And the likelihood of us even existing as human beings, the likelihood of you existing in this moment right now is so minuscule. Like, statistically very unlikely, statistically impossible almost, and yet here we are. Here we are experiencing everything that is, and it's a blessing. It's amazing. I love cats personally. They are all so unique. They really are. They just have like ways. They have some interesting personalities. I'm a mirror of love I receive, but feeling extra lovely today. I feel that today an exceptional energetic day. Like, I'm happy that you feel that way as well, Jovan, because I felt almost like I was energetically a little bit like scattered just before the stream, and as soon as I sat down, I almost felt like my heart opened and I allowed all of this feeling, this expression into myself, and I'm so happy to be able to be sharing it with you. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa, my friend. We are self-aware, but animals are not. We have internal monologues, but animals don't. Yeah, I agree, actually. I don't really think they have internal, do they? Actually, like, this is something I've been thinking about as well, because I've been watching Eva with a lot of like intent as well in the way that she does things, because what I'm trying to figure out, and this might be my bias because I've been trying to focus on intention more and more in my life, but like, I try to look at her and try to figure out if she's intentional in the way that she does things, because she'll like be laying with me and then she'll stand up and she'll go outside and she'll like go and do something. So what I'm wondering is, does she like basically just lay, chilling, like thinking about doggy heaven or whatever, just blissing out, enjoying the blanket. Let's say she thinks about, ooh, blanket is soft, I enjoy blanket. Let's basic down her mindset. Does she have this inspiration, this thought of like, I want to go look for squirrels, let's say, for example. So she gets up and she goes and looks for squirrels. I honestly wonder if she has that kind of mindset, because in a lot of ways, like, I've looked at her and I've tried to study her intentions. So I do believe that it might be possible that she does have intentional ways of moving like that. So I'm not so sure. I don't think they have a monologue with themselves where they're like talking back and forth like we do sometimes, but I do think they have this basic directory, if you will. Like, I want to do this. My man, is Kenny G your father? No, my friend. But it would be cool growing up with a with a sax player. Is it a sax that he plays? I think it is. With a jazz player in the house, if you will. How do you know animals aren't self-aware? Like that's why I kind of went into it as well, Ryan. I was also not too sure about that statement. But how do we know that? Like, yeah, like we can't know. That's the thing as well. How do we know anything mediocre? If animals were self-aware, they would kill us all. I don't think so. Like, that's the thing as well. If a bear has cubs and you're running towards her bear cubs with looking like you have the intent to steal her cubs, she's going to be aware enough to notice or to recognize that you're, being a threat to her children, and then she's going to maul you. She's going to be like, oh, wait, this bitch, you just stepped over the line. I'm gonna slap you, and then she's gonna do that to you. So, like, she's obviously self-aware enough to understand something. So who knows? They don't understand more than just that. I know nothing actually, but through love I can learn the knowledge. Yes, exactly, Ryan. Knowledge itself is an illusion. Knowledge itself is basically what your ego gets to hold on to. Like, that's the thing as well. Like, I feel sometimes when you reach transcendental states where you feel almost outer worldly, those sensations and those feelings and those thoughts that you kind of get from there, it's not something you always necessarily get to keep. And I feel it's the ego that's the barrier in between there. Or do animals value all life? Maybe they do, actually, Ryan. I wouldn't be surprised. Your words say one thing, but your actions say something else. Nah, mate, I was just kidding. I know, my friend. I'm just kidding with you as well. There's no wrong feelings, only wrong actions. Know that I act only with love. We know. This is the way, Ryan. We know, my friend. Time to roll up a fat spliff. I hope that you enjoy that, my friend. Meh, if someone loved everyone, they would stop at nothing to fix this damn society. We humans sure love our words. Yes, we do, my friend. And I feel like what you're saying, that if someone loved everyone, they would stop at nothing to fix this damn society. Like, if I have to, no. I have to do nothing. I need do nothing, but I want to. Take that. If you're saying that is what someone is supposed to do if they love everyone, I'm gonna change the society, my friend. Even if it takes me my entire life, even if I don't succeed, I'll spend my entire life to change society for the better, because I do. I do love you, Lord Fluff, and I love every single one of you that are here with me right now, and I love every single one of us that aren't here right now, because technically we all are, right? We're in communion together. We're not going to be leaving this planet. Sure, we have some some astronauts in outer space, like in the International Space Station, but they're still in this orbit. They're still not too far. So we're all here together right now, and I love every single one of you, my friends. Where are you at? I'm in South Africa, my friend. That is what we are doing right now. Yes, Justin. I'm happy that you're on the vibe as well, my friend. I just like to rock the boat. Rock the boat all you want, my friend. It's interesting. Like, it's actually something that's interesting. When we rock boats, we kind of have this tendency to spread our legs and to, stabilize ourselves. But in doing so, if we're in a rocking boat, that back and forth motion basically gives us the tendency to step into that motion so that we can stabilize ourselves. But in doing so, we rock the boat even more. So the antidote to, not getting the boat so rocked that it tips over and falls into the water. Ooh, there's an absolutely... Is it a falcon? It's either a falcon or a quail. I think it might be a quail. I just noticed a burp. Sorry, I got distracted. Like, if you don't want to get tipped over because the boat is getting rocked, don't step into it. Like, and I don't mean step into the boat. Don't step into the rocking, because at the end of the day, that is how you're going to be adding momentum for it to tip over at the end of the day. So, become aware, my friends. We just have to become more and more aware. I agree, but not all are awakened to this love. Unfortunately not, Ryan, but we're working towards that. One of the trippiest things about making dance music is that I obsess over the milliseconds that people are going to hear and dance to. Exactly. That's literally what we're doing as well. It's it's quite a trip actually, Dan. We have this capacity to express, my friend. And your music is an expression of you. You're literally giving parts of yourself for people to dance to. And this is something I've told you as well. I look forward to dancing to your music, Dan, on a live stream. I followed my thoughts to the very end and found peace. I know I just wait for my body to die. The only love we need is self-love. I don't exactly agree with that actually, my friend. The only love we need is the love we always have. The fact that we are loved, we are loving, and we are lovable forever and always. And to add Lane's quip, and we are worthy of love. And that is, I feel, the only thing we really need, is to recognize that we don't even need to love ourselves, right? We are already loved completely, fully, like more than we can even love ourselves. And becoming aware of that love we already have within us, that is what I believe true self-love is, because you realize, you recognize that love has always been there. It's not something you have to pursue. It's not something you have to do to yourself or for yourself. It's something you have to almost just recognize, embrace, if you will. We need negative people in the world to know what is positive. Lord Fluff, you're really wise. I can feel it. Yeah, I agree. Death will be the last adventure in this life. Yeah, exactly. It will be. We are all a small piece of reality. Yes, we are. But actually, that's just what I believe. I can't know. We can't know anything at the end of the day as well. And that is actually something that makes me happy. Like, I feel I definitely am someone that is in the pursuit of the truth. And the truth is something that is so vague as well. And in a lot of ways. Like, can I ever actually know what the truth is? I don't know, but it makes me very happy that I get to find out. I get to pursue what the truth could possibly be. Even if I never figure it out, I get to walk that journey every single day. It's okay to look at the sun while it's rising and setting. I think for short quips, like short bursts of time, you don't want to be like staring open-eyed, because at the end of the day, you do have sensitive cones in the back of your eye that can get scorched. Edmund says, my girlfriend shared a quote she heard on a podcast with me this morning, and I wanted to share with you if you've never heard it before. Enlightenment is the ego's final disappointment. I actually agree with that, and it kind of like brings me back to something we've talked about before, about the ego also has all of the same access to creation as the being that is you has as well. But the ego creates only what facilitates the existence of the ego. And enlightenment is basically the transcendence of the ego. So it disappoints the ego because it didn't manage to create sufficiently enough to facilitate its continued existence. So thank you, Edmund. I really love that quote as well. Do you know, said it? I'm also curious, Aaron, actually. Once we realize that most of what we know are actually beliefs, your mind can be set free. Like, that's the thing as well. Most of what we know is basically just the information that we crammed into our, consciousnesses, our minds, our intellects. We don't know anything, my friend. And what could be true for this reality could be completely false for the next. So, what do we know? Nothing. Not really. Yes, I love that, Ed. Smart girl you got there. She really is. Ideas, ideas, ideas. Nothing but ideas. Everything is ideas, my friend. I've never heard it before, Aaron, but I can't stop thinking about it. You're definitely right about that, Ryan. Kenny G is really a great golfer as well. Okay. The best definition of knowledge is justified true belief. Justified true belief. I feel knowledge is something, like, there's definitely a separation between knowing things or being like intellectual about things and having knowledge. Like, this is something that actually makes me think about like Dungeons and Dragons for some reason. Like, you have an intelligence stat and then you have a wisdom stat, and I feel knowledge and wisdom go hand in hand, where information is what goes into your intelligence. And I feel your intelligence is definitely something that we become very attached to as human beings. And like, maybe I'm just speaking out of my own bias, because that's definitely something that I became attached to. I kind of started identifying myself with my intellect, with my capacity to articulate, with my capacity to, you know, win in an argument. And it was definitely something that was, I feel, almost like toxic in my expression, because I was thinking that because I had this intellect, because I had this ability to converse, that I had something that others didn't. And that is a logical fallacy. That is, I have exactly what everyone else has. And becoming aware that even though I was using my intellect to create something, it isn't my intellect that facilitates that creation. It is the source, the power that, you know, brought rise to my intellect in the first place. Your intellect is just a servant of that infinite intelligence. The practice of opening our hearts is the key to tapping into vast amounts of internal energy. Yes! And it's those vast amounts of internal energy that I believe is what our intellect is serving as well. That's really cool to say. You're wise. Come get this Montana hug. There we go. You've earned yourself a hug, Lord Fluff. You look like a painter that sold a painting for $10 million. Damn. I would be bawling right now if I was said painter that sold a painting for $10 million. But it's not me. Well, some of you know. Get the all-seeing upvote. Thank you, my friend. Well, that's really interesting, brother. I have a belief. I can justify my belief, and if we agree it's true, then bam, I know I have knowledge. Okay. Okay, I actually like that. If I have a belief and I can justify my belief, and if you agree with my belief, that means I have knowledge. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. Thank you, Lord Fluff. That is really interesting. I agree, Ryan. I'm not a big fan of hugs, but how about a fist bump? And now I especially want to hug you, Lord Fluff. So I spent forever formatting this. Alex the Grey, African Grey, learned the color grey by asking an existential question. I actually saw that as well, Jovan. Like the parrot was like aware of self, and like asking a question about what color the self was. And that is, it's trippy. It really is trippy. I think some animals might have developed rational thoughts, while others are purely instinctual. I think most of them are instinctual, but I don't think all of them are instinctual, Jovan. There's nothing to fix, because nothing is broken. Yes, it's all words and all human language is poetry attempting to describe the indescribable. I really like that as well, and that in itself is a beautiful creation, Lord Fluff. Because the thing is as well, like, language is just this attempt. Communicating is an attempt to live in communion with creation at the end of the day. So we're trying to be a part of this creation by continually creating, and our words are at the end of the day these creations. We can look at a tree and try to, you know, extrapolate meaning out of it, but at the end of the day it could be just a tree. And in the same way, words can just be words. We don't necessarily have to take meaning from them, but it's what we choose to see that gives us meaning to things. Like looking at this tree, that is like let's look at this tree. Like, there is one branch that has died, and yet the rest of the tree still has this resilience. So to me, I can look at this dead branch and kind of see it as this capacity to, even if I lose a limb, to still move on, to still practice active growth. I don't have to stop myself just because I was hurt once in my life. And literally in that way, like, someone else can see, oh, dead branch, and then someone else can see a complete story, an indescribable amount of information. And that is exactly what words are to me as well. Poetry, as you said, my friend. We're already changing society, we're becoming awakened human beings. Yes, exactly. Serenity, Lee. Exactly, my friend. I want to tip over the boat and watch it sink. I'm sure you do, my friend. I'm sure you do, because then you're going to be in the infinite ocean. And you're going to no longer need to focus or rely on your boat to keep you afloat. It's all going to be you, my friend. High self-awareness can be a curse. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think if your self-awareness is going to be fed into imaginings of the past or the future, then yes, it can be a curse. But if you're self-aware of your current moment, I don't think there would be any curse to it, actually. I'm here for all of the expression. Yes, absolutely, my friend. And that's literally what we're doing here as well. We're expressing ourselves in our own ways, in our own divine and unique ways. And we are creating, and it is good. And I appreciate it. Da-da-da-da. People got caught up in the metaphors. Yeah, they could. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. Thank you, Reddit Wolf. I hope that you're having a good day as well, my friend. Humans will be humans and life will go on. Yes, this is the way. And like, this is a thing that kind of makes me think about one of Alan Watts' teachings, where he talks about our universe is a peopling universe. Like, it wants to people. The same way an apple tree apples, our universe peoples. And people will be people, my friend, as you say. Thank you for that. We are loved. Yes, we are, my friend. We are loving, lovable. We are loved, loving, lovable, and worthy of love forever and always. Yes, but why did you feel like seeing it sink? Wouldn't you want to see the boat reach the dock and not sink? Like, as I said, Ryan, like, there's a positive way of looking at it as well. If the boat sinks, you're going to be the one that needs to be responsible for your own survival. And if you're the one that sank the boat as well, it's a challenge that you've accepted onto yourself. You're going to have to swim to shore, even though there is no shore. There is no boat and we aren't really here. Changing society by becoming awakened. Energy ripples. Yes, it does, my friend. We are creating vibrational frequencies. What started you on this journey? Good question. I feel an urgency, actually, my friend. I feel an urgency kind of started me on this journey. I was sitting, literally doing nothing, and I was thinking about my life, the things I've been through, the things I've done, the things I wanted to do, and I was asking myself, what is it I can do right now to start myself on that journey? And this is what came to mind. This is exactly what was supposed to happen, and I couldn't be more thankful for being in this space with all of you. Yeah, I'm happy to be on this journey with all of you. I think I missed the earlier chat. Good stuff though. Yeah, my friend. There's always so much good stuff to be had in these streams, and it makes me so happy. Hey, we have Aunt B in stream. Hey, Aunt B. It's nice to see you. I hope that you're still here. I see that I'm like 5 minutes or so behind on comments. Just joining. Good evening, morning, everyone. It's so nice to have you, Aunt B. Our mind is clogged with assumptions, and if you can learn to believe, you can have unending power. The JTB theory of knowledge is our best description of knowledge. Wisdom is applied knowledge. Intelligence is a gift. Attachment to that intelligence is ego. Okay. I actually want to spend some time dissecting what you just said. So, wisdom is applied knowledge. So, I say something to someone, they agree with what I'm saying. It is established that I have knowledge. Then, that knowledge can arise from my intelligence, which is a gift. And I should become aware that this knowledge arose from intelligence, but this intelligence is something that is beyond me as well, which means that I was given this gift and then given this gift of knowledge through the gift of intelligence. But becoming over-attached to the intelligence instead of becoming aware of the knowledge would be the formation of ego, because you're assuming that this information that you've gained, this knowledge that you've gained, is something that was the self. Like, oh, it was me. And that's what your ego forms. That's the attachment to the intelligence. I really like that. Thank you. Thank you, actually. Serenity, that's beautiful. Lee, thank you, my friend. Stop running after rabbits, lest you fall into the rabbit hole. I disagree, Fluff. Have you heard of the law of attraction or the law of assumption? Great information of manifesting. Yeah, I agree with those as well, actually. Just live your life and look at your actions. I used to try to show people how to believe, but then I realized that if I hand someone power, they may use it for bad. At the end of the day, my friend, the only thing that we're supposed to do is be the expression of love. And people will gain the information that they need. People will become the people that they're supposed to be through that knowing. And that's the only thing that we have to do. We just have to love them and let them know that they have a safe place to be in. They have a safe space to express themselves in. And by allowing people that, they will make the changes within themselves that needs to be changed. You don't have to do anything other than love them. That is their karma, Lord Fluff, not yours. Hope that makes sense. Exactly, Aunt B, exactly. Some people aren't ready to accept love. Unfortunately not. People are very reluctant and they push love away because they feel it is immature sometimes as well. For some reason, people have this idea that if you're a loving being, you're weak, or you're soft, or you're immature, or you're delusional as well sometimes. And I feel more and more people, I hope more and more people are going to open themselves to that love that we have to give, that we have to share with each other. I love hearing how people interpret my words. No, I see, my friend. I can see, Lord Fluff. you're expressly creating. And their power of doubt will make what you believe you are powerless. What? Okay. And their power of doubt will make what you believe you are powerless. Exactly right. That is why we need to love each other. Exactly. More. Yes. Good morning from NorCal. Hey, my friend. Good morning to you as well, and welcome. It's a very good practice, Lord Fluff. Yeah, it really is. I agree completely. And just becoming aware of our awareness to become more aware of our awareness. It's a loop, and it's a paradoxical one as well. Because in becoming aware, you become aware of how unaware you usually are. And it's something that we're almost prone to falling back into, this state of unawareness. And it's an active battle. Not necessarily a battle, it's an active practice of being aware, of making yourself present in every single moment. And it can be taxing even sometimes. Like again, like as this friend of ours said, like it could be a curse. But I believe it's only a curse when you don't utilize it correctly. When you misinterpret your awareness into your like future thinking, into your imaginations of the past, into your, hopes, instead of being appreciative of what is right now. Yes, Mother Earth is peopling. I accept all people, for they are my inner reflections of expression. Yes, I also love sitting in silence. Sitting in silence is something that is very beneficial as well. And like I feel it doesn't necessarily have to be external silence, but internal silence. Like it's very difficult to reach a point of internal silence as well. I've been trying and practicing. I had a good morning Hartha class, so I was a little late, but I'm here, friend. You're not late, Aunt V. You're here exactly when you're supposed to be, and I appreciate you being here, my friend. Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Realize that there is no spoon. Then you'll see it is not the spoon that bends, only yourself. You're going to like throw Matrix references at me, Dan? Like, it would be something that would be so cool, though. Bending ourselves, right? And I think we constantly are. We have this way of bending ourselves to people's expectations as well sometimes. And we can become a person that person needs in a certain moment. Literally bending our personalities into a shape that is going to fit in the hole that someone needs filled, if that makes any sense. Might be a little bit of a weird analogy, but let's go. Well said. Love that movie. Me too. Happiest of Fridays to you. Thank you, my friend. Happiest of Fridays to you as well. I'm lucky my ego died while I was a kid because I didn't talk to anyone. You think your ego died because you didn't talk to anyone? I think, like the thing is as well, my friend, the ego is something that's necessary. Like we can't technically function if we didn't have some sort of an ego, something that almost makes this experience a little bit cohesive. Like I think the problem arises with the ego when the ego associates itself as something that is like something that's small and completely separate from all that is out there, all of the rest of existence. That is the problem with ego. But having ego and becoming aware that ego serves the self, that doesn't, work the other way around. The ego isn't the self, the ego serves the self. That is how we utilize our ego for the best. Oh, excuse me. Amen. They will come to that thought through, they will come to that though, the knowing of love. Yeah, through the knowing of love, I guess. To that through the knowing of love. Yeah, sorry. I'm spacing out a little bit. Your humbleness and mentality reminds me of Khabib Nurmagomedov. Thank you, my friend. I don't know who that is, and I'm sorry if I butchered his name, but I appreciate you, my friend. I feel like mine is still dying because every day I learn more about how to dissolve my ego. And as I said, Ryan, it's not about completely abolishing and getting rid of our egos. It's about recognizing that our ego is something that needs to serve us, not something that needs to rule us. And like the ego is also the one that is constantly chattering in our mind. And by becoming aware that we're the ones that are observing this chattering, like we're just watching this ego, going amok. It gives us a lot of power over ourselves as well. My ego died because I was a waitress. Jovan, you funny you. The human condition is a paradox. It could be seen as one. Must be the Aries in me, Jovan, that made me laugh. Me too, actually. Why are people so mean to people of service? My heart breaks when I see people act that way. It's a power play, my friend. They see themselves as superior in some way because they're not the one that needs to be the one that's serving. And I feel serving each other is actually an energetic practice that is so necessary. Like extremely necessary. I think it's one of the most important things even. Just to become aware that we can serve each other in every single moment. And it's not something that belittles us, but actually empowers us because we're creating that servitude. Thank you for the hugs, Aunt B. I appreciate you so much. I feel so alone. That's why I hate to break my peace and form a temporary ego. I feel so alone, my friend. Loneliness is an illusion at the end of the day, Like loneliness is not something that actually exists, because how could you be alone? Like if you really want to think about it, there is so many cells, individual cells, who could be having an individual experience that makes up you. So even in that way, you are not alone. But at the end of the day, I also believe that we are in constant communion with God by living this, created experience for us. So you can't even be separated from Him either, my friend. You're never, ever, ever alone. Because people like to feel they have power over others. Exactly, Edmund. That's exactly why, my friend. You don't have to be alone, Fluff. You can join our group. Yeah, please do, Fluff. Please join us, my friend. This is what mindfulness is about. It's a practice of staying in the present moment rather than the past and the future, which is where fear and ego find strength. Exactly. And again, it brings me back to the ego having this capacity to create. Like it can create this experience, right? By living in the future or by living in the past. And by creating this experience, it is facilitating its own existence. Because if you didn't have this worry about what's going to happen in your future, that worry is an egoic thing. It stems from your ego that has this need to have security, that has this need to feel some sort of way so that it can be the expression that it's supposed to be. And it's an illusion. It's not what it is about. Your ego is basically just tricking you into not being present. And I feel it's when you're completely present that your ego kind of dissipates. It doesn't know what to do with itself. That's how I felt about before I found Melt in this amazing loving group. Exactly, my friend. We all have this capacity to feel lonely as well. And like, even though I say the things I say and I know the things I know about the feeling of loneliness, and I don't believe we can be alone, I also have these feelings of loneliness sometimes. And it makes me so happy to not have to feel that way anymore because I have all of you friends. You say you agree, yet you keep speaking with such certainty. My friend, if I stopped speaking with certainty, I wouldn't be speaking as I do. That's the one thing that I have, at least. A certainty in the way that I'm experiencing. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that I can be certain of. I can't be certain of your experience. And I'm not trying to teach you anything or force anything down your throat. I'm here to love you, my friend. And I'm here to love myself. And I'm here to love all of communion and creation in the same way. And that is the most important thing. Do not try and melt the spoon. Maybe I'll try and melt it. Like, I've thought about stuff like that as well. Like, I still attempt to bring things closer, like telepathically. Is it telepathically? You know, bring something closer with your mind. Like, if I have to get up to get something, I always attempt to, like, come here, but I'm still failing. As soon as I achieve superpowers, I'll be sure to let you know, friends. They're trying to cover their insecurities. Exactly, Justin. They are, and it's insecurity that's the root of this need for power as well. And it's kind of sad at the end of the day. And the first time I talked to myself, I thought I was God. That's funny, my friend. Exactly that, Justin. I hate to see it. Same. Did you shut at your emotion as well, or were you basically meditating and living in the moment? That's interesting. Yeah, I kind of see it as well. Like, it is interesting, and we have this capacity to do that as well. It's a practice. It is a practice. I don't believe that, Fluff, because you have thoughts in silence, right? Maybe your mind speaks through images. It could as well. I respect you, Lord Fluff. We all do, Lord Fluff. I was thought that the world was out to get me, and I didn't like my family, so I just sat and looked around. It sounds like you had an interesting experience growing up, my friend. And at the end of the day, that interesting growing up experience that made you the person that you are today. And you shouldn't want to change. You shouldn't want to change any of that. That is a divine process of becoming the person that you are as well. Hello, mate. How am I doing? I'm doing well, my friend. I'm absolutely vibing, top shagger. We haven't seen you in forever. How are you doing, my friend? Hey, Miss B. Can't know what others do. Lord Fluff, you remind me of the quiet kid in Little Miss Sunshine. He was my favorite character in the movie. I felt so belittled while working as a server, but I feel so empowered when I have friends over and I cook for them. Service in the right context is very enriching. Exactly, Dan. That's perfectly put, my friend. Thank you for creating that sentence, actually. It has to, like, it has to have the right intent, and as you said, context as well. It's very important. We really can't, there's so many variables. Exactly, my friend. There's a constant amount of variables. Could have said it better myself, Dan. Yeah, Dan dropped some knowledge. Yeah. Man, like, I have to go to the bathroom, but I'll stick it out. I'm gonna be patient, even though, like, bladder responses are biological needs. We still have this capacity to control things with our brains, right? And it's something I've been trying to practice as well, is controlling my own heartbeat. Because, like, I'll sometimes get into these mindsets, like, and especially in dream states, actually, then my heart will just, like, go pounding, like, and then I realize that with my breathing I can slow down that heart rate, and it's a very empowering feeling. And I try to talk to it as much as I can. Please do, Lord Fluff. That's the only way. I agree, Dan. My life is one of service, and it is very rewarding. Not pride, but love, that I can join with me in the moment. Exactly, my friend. Being a chiropractor, you're working at the service of someone, and you're literally bettering their lives because you're in service of them, and it's such a powerful practice, my friend. I have friends, or rather my alter ego has friends. It sounds like you have a very interesting relationship with the self, Lord Fluff. I wish I could receive your service, Justin. Actually, same. I could go for some chiropractic, if you will. Working on adjustments over the phone. Where are you from? From South Africa, my friend. And thank you, Aunt P, for letting him know as well. Sounds awesome, Jay. Maybe a call soon. There we go. You have a new customer, Justin. Is the guy who hates doing dishes. Are you the guy who hates doing dishes, my friend? I don't mind doing dishes that much, actually, as long as I have some music to vibe to. If we ever get together at a melt fest, let's have a pitch-in. I'll bring the fried rice. Yee, let's do it. We can have like a banquet of food. We can have banquet of flowers. We can just absolutely celebrate in existence and in communion with each other. Our minds shift like oceans, but when we realize that we are not our minds, we step away and we are able to see our thoughts rather than experience them. Literally, my friend, I believe it's dropping pebbles. Every single time you have a thought, you're dropping a pebble in your field of consciousness, your ocean of consciousness. And then those pebbles create ripples, and those ripples are the things that we experience in our lives. But it is self-created ripples at the end of the day. Wish I could. It's a joke I've been telling patients during COVID. A judgment over the phone. It would be funny if you could do that, though. Great conversations today. I love you all. I love you as well, Justin, and thank you for being here for as long as you were. I wish I could be a secular monk. Like, shave your head, go to a monastery, and live off of alms, Lord Fluff. Nothing is stopping you at the end of the day. Yes, I'm glad I caught the stream. I'm happy that you caught the stream as well, Jesse. How have you been, my friend? I've missed you. I've actually been thinking about you as well. I hope that your studying is going well and you're thriving, my friend. Not leaving quite yet. Nope, no, we're still here with you, Justin. Sometimes I'm so bored I like to mess with paramedics by giving myself seizures. That is not something that is healthy, my friend, and that is not something I can condone at all. I'm sorry to say. Because a seizure is not good for your brain. I'm with you. I'm glad you were here today to share your experiences. Hey Jesse, glad you're here as well. Love you all. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Jovan. It was nice having you here. Yeah, you're back. Hey Goldfish. Yeah, I'm back, my friend. I feel this is the stream that is most important to my heart. Even though like you joined us today for, I think it was the reading stream, right? I don't have to tell myself anything. I just know. Good, my friend. Chiropractic is a nice term. We call it chiropractic instead, Melt. Sorry, I let you stumble on that for a while. Don't worry, my friend. I've asked you like 6 times to tell me as well. I'm happy that you're finally correcting me. Chiropractic. Okay, chiropractic work. Thank you. You still haven't let me know either. And we'll see if it actually comes through in time. Do you have to have a license to have your own practice? Like, I'm curious about that, Justin. I still remember seeing you here before, and I remember you talking about how much you enjoy cooking, but hate the dishes. You went on to talk about how even though it's lame, dishes are just a part of the process necessary. Oh, yeah, like that. Like, I didn't hate the dishes. I recognize that the dishes are part of the process. So, like, why hate the dishes? It's just energetically one of the things that I appreciate less. But as you said, it is a part of the process. Like, you can't have the meal being cooked without the dishes being created afterwards. All of it is interconnected. I don't mean to ignore anyone if I am. Don't worry, my friend. I do shave my head, but it's just because it's easy. Good, but are you completely committed to the life of being, what is the word you used exactly? Secular monk? Just go for it, my friend. Why stop? When was the last time you had a cry? Yesterday morning, my friend, while reading the 5 invitations, I had a good cry. Studying going good, been thinking about you all too. I'm happy, Jesse. Sending you so much love. Yes, needed a license to own a practice. And, like, does it cost you a lot of money to own your own practice as well, Justin? I'm sorry if I'm asking too many questions. Chiropractic care is on my top of necessities to feel well. So you're also actually getting a lot of chiropractic help, Aunt B. Is there anything with your like back that is out of order? Because I actually have like a little bit of a lower back problem. So I was supposed to have been to a chiropractor, but I've not actually gone before. At least in the US. Okay. I love to cry. Putting on Celine Dion and having a good cry. It's always necessary, my friend. It's good for our souls to cry sometimes. Just for us to feel. My friends, I appreciate you being here so much for this whole experience that we shared. Lord Fluff, thank you for joining us, my friend. I appreciate you all being here for as long as you were. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again tomorrow, my friends. Goodbye.